What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's Dan here. I want to welcome you guys back to my Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2 Modded Edition. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this Let's Play so far, and if you are, be sure to hit that like button. It helps out a lot. Without any further ado, let's get into the next video. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm just going to go ahead and give Atten this, because I haven't done it yet.
Got it.
I think he's good. Okay. What we're going to do now is fast travel. Wait, if we kill cancel. Hold on, let me look at the skill, the stuff. Lost Jedi. Should meet there. Sucks that I can't do all those other ones. Alright, we're gonna go. We've done all these, and we're basically starting up the proper end game, ladies and gentlemen. So, are we ready to jump to Dantooine, wherever the hell it is? There it is. Let's go. Back to Dantooine. Cleared up some loose ends. You know, done some goodies. Leaving Corbin. Oh no, sorry, we're leaving Nar Shaddaa. I can skip this. Feels like it's been ages since we've been there, which it kind of has, but... But yeah, guys, starting the end game, which is pretty big, pretty major. I think I actually have to go alone, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna head on out. But I'll bring these two with me for old time's sake. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. It's so funny though, like there was a mod you can install. Remember how you say use the money to build a statue of me? You can install the mod that if you come back after a little while, it will actually be built like right here. It's just like a statue of you. I think that's so funny. Oops, sorry. I guess I could have gone the other way too. Doesn't matter. We've got options. Can't you see? We've got options made to be. I wonder if these clowns have anything else. Oh, she won't talk to me, right?
I heard you were responsible for driving the mercenaries off this rock. That's good. Dantooine was getting too crowded for my taste. I still got some Jedi junk left.
Sure.
Certain.
Does she have anything cool? At this point, I don't think it's worth it. Like, what? That's expensive for what you got, dude. Like, the stuff I've got is... I've found them in Sith tombs, dude. You've got to send it a little better. Anyway, back here. Now, a lot of people... you could actually... The idea is to go back here. That's why, as you can see, it's been rebuilt. That's why it's good to go back and... not, like, do this one last. A lot of people... I've seen people do Dantooine last. I wouldn't recommend doing Dantooine last because there's a lot of stuff you have to go over. So... that needs to happen. So that's why I would always do Dantooine after Nar Shaddaa. Well, I used to do Dantooine before Nar Shaddaa, and then I do Nar Shaddaa afterwards. But then after time went by, I just started doing Nar Shaddaa first, because you get a lot of stuff on Nar Shaddaa if you play your cards right. You can also get a lot of stuff on Dantooine as well. But we got everything, I think, in record time this time. Like the lightsaber, all that good stuff. Like, we're good, man. I'm not even worried. Saving again. Fresh save. Fresh save, and into the Enclave. The proper Enclave. The rebuilt Jedi Enclave. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. To discuss some stew.
Out of my way. I am Colonel Tobin of the Onderon Lord, I bring news of the Jedi. A place where you may feed. Telos, Master. There is an academy of Jedi on Telos. Perhaps hundreds of them. Enough to sustain you. And enough for you to free Onderon. Enough for you to free Onderon.
I don't remember that.
It is different. It has been some time. Forgive me, but I need to rest. Go on. The council awaits. I will remain here.
You're afraid.
Yes. Afraid for you. As I always have been. I will be fine here. Whatever answers the council have are for you. Alone.
Is there anything wrong?
I am tired. The journey has been a long one, and I need to center myself.
All right. I'm gonna try and look around before we actually go talk to the masters.
Know that much may happen here, but above all, do not forget this. You may trust in me. We cradle each other's lives, and what threatens one of us threatens us both. And if you find you cannot trust me, trust in your training, trust in yourself. Never doubt what you have done. All your decisions have brought you to this point. And now, perhaps, they shall see what you have become.
Alright, so I've encountered a glitch here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna see if I can fix it.
It is not as it was.
But we got a black screen with this text.
But perhaps that is for the best.
So I might try something here. We're gonna have to talk to these guys with a black screen. Apparently it's a common bug. I don't know how to fix it.
We were wondering when you would arrive. This moment has taken some time to reach us, and I imagine you have many questions.
Or perhaps you've come for revenge.
We must ally if we're to stop the Sith. Bear with me, guys.
No. We will do as we have done. We will wait. There's nothing else we can do.
What? But the Sith are attacking the Republic.
No, the true threat has yet to show itself. It is waiting for something. Us, perhaps, to enter the war. We have seen their soldiers, the remnants of their fleet, but those are symptoms of a disease. It is more bait to attempt to draw us out.
The actual battle is being fought through the Force, not with weapons of war. It isn't about the Republic anymore. The attack on Onderon, something was attempting to use the planet itself, to feed on it, to draw on the power there. You prevented it, but it was a stalling measure. The next time will be critical.
Why'd you cast me out?
We cast you out of the Order because you followed Revan to war. There was no other reason.
No, there was another. You had become different somehow, changed. The war had changed you.
You were no longer a Jedi, but we could not tell you why. Some explanations mean nothing unless the one who suffers comes to the answer on their own. What had happened to you was punishment enough, and the Jedi do not kill their prisoners.
And if you had stayed, you would have changed us, and that we could not allow.
What do you mean?
You already know the answer. You've noticed it in those who travel with you.
What are you talking about?
Have you noticed that when you act, others follow?
Those that travel with you.
Oh, for God's sake. Okay, so here's what it is. Unfortunately, I think I'm screwed. So I have the access to this. The scene does not trigger, but I think there's a workaround. I experimented with it, but I'm afraid. So now I have the visually. It skipped that fact. I can't talk to them, and I think there's only one way we can get out of this, and it doesn't end well, I'm afraid. I experimented with this, and judging from how it glitched, I think there's only one way to do it. Here's Kreia. Check it. That's it. That's the only way we can do it, I'm afraid. I don't know what happened there. A mod glitch, so I had to kill them all. I wouldn't have done that.
And so here lies all that remain of the Jedi. It is a powerful thing you have achieved here. You have brought death again to Dantooine.
Is this all the Jedi who remain?
Your actions have crippled the Order.
I didn't even do
Perhaps
anything.
Destroyed them.
My actions crippled the game. Are all the Jedi dead?
No. Perhaps it is difficult to say. For every Jedi slain, for every Sith slain, another rises. But the Order is wounded, yes.
Why have you brought me here?
Because there is something we must discuss. I have done what I can to keep you from the Jedi and the Sith, but a critical moment approaches, and what you have done is not enough. Master Vrook, despite his faults, was right to come here. I had thought he might have recognized Dantooine for what it was, what had been done there. You are tied to places such as these, you know.
Rook said that Dantooine was a dead world, that all the deaths were the screams felt in the forest.
Yes, but Master Vrook was unwilling to see what other masters may have seen. That the echo of Dantooine he felt was inside you as well. They admitted it as much in the council chamber after your trial, though they did not understand what it meant at first. They assumed it was a threat that they felt. From one perspective, they were correct. As much as you can form connections to others, such connections exist on a galactic scale as well. It is possible to hurt or sever those connections, to create places in the Force where it is difficult to center oneself, but that is the crudest form of manipulation. It is possible to affect those connections in other ways, by the slightest action, a seemingly minor choice, a small cruelty. The stronger your connection to life, to the Force, the stronger these echoes can be made, and the stronger they are felt. When heard, Force sensitives instinctively seek out the source, are drawn to it to try and form a connection. And when the connection is formed, both become stronger, and the influence between them grows.
Is that what has been happening with my companions?
Your companions. Many are touched by the Force on some level, and in many ways they serve out of compulsion and because your connection influences them strongly. It was much like it was for you in the Mandalorian Wars, with many Jedi under your command. But this connection has other consequences. When the Source is wounded, the one on which others draw strength, then they are wounded as well. What one feels, the other feels. And when others die, the scream travels back to the Source.
Traveling back to me.
If they occur at the same time, or at the right time, these screams will build upon each other until it is the only sound you can hear. And the deaths of many will cause the screams to build until their pain becomes yours, and you die as well. And that is why during the Mandalorian Wars, you lost your connection to the Force. It was that final battle, the deaths of so many Jedi, that caused you to lose your connection. It caused the wound that you feel now. It caused pain in the Force, an emptiness, a wound that has yet to heal. But it does not end there. If it did, then perhaps the threat that we face would be more manageable. This pain I describe, the echo of these acts, is true of planets as well. Tremendous loss of life on a planetary scale can also cast echoes, create a scream, a wound in the Force that can travel across the galaxy. It can be felt by Force sensitives, and it can influence them whether they realize it or not. If enough of these echoes are allowed to build in the Force uncontrolled, the consequences could be disastrous. The connections of all life would be affected.
How sad? How so?
As I have said, screams and their echoes can overlap, build in strength, and if timed correctly, they will build on each other. The scream will grow, and anything that can hear this scream shall be deafened or killed.
How can anyone create, let alone control such a thing?
With difficulty, and controlling it. Well, I do not believe such a thing is possible once it has begun. But in order for this to work, all of them must be timed correctly, must be carefully orchestrated and controlled, from the greatest to the smallest of echoes, even the ones that come from a lone exile echoing across the galaxy. And when that exile forms connections to others as you do, the danger becomes apparent. The echo continues to grow, to travel.
KotOR said I form bonds easily, connections to all life.
Yes, he is correct. You form such bonds easily. The why of it is not important now. All that is important is that you understand that your actions affect others strongly. Anyone can do such things, since life is connected by the Force. Sometimes the connections are faint, but in your case, they are very strong. You instinctively know how to manipulate such connections, to influence others. You have seen it mirrored in those who travel with you. You give others strength to act, but it is also possible to draw upon the strength of others to increase your own. It is similar to drawing upon the Force as Jedi do, but when it is touched by the power of the dark side, it is something else, something deadly. These Sith we face, they have learned how to do this. It is a technique that has been lost for some time, not seen in the days since the ancient Sith. They can use it to consume other Force sensitives, and at the highest pinnacle of power, use it to consume anything that lives. The blind seer, her master has harnessed this technique, and he is rapidly approaching the height of its power. I fear he may even rival some of the ancient Sith. He is already more of a force than a living thing, a hole in the Force that threatens to draw everything into it. And the teaching must die with him, or else all life will be placed in jeopardy. The destruction of the Order, the Masters, it was not an end in itself. I did not expect them to still live. Their presence was knowledge I did not possess. But now this has been corrected, and now the sides of this conflict are as I had thought them to be. There are no more unknowns. But this moment is all that really matters. It was never my wish that you find the Masters, only find yourself. Although I did not expect them to still live. I had hoped you would learn something from the Jedi Masters as they fell before you.
Not just of battle, but of yourself. And the Force.
What was I supposed to learn?
I must know. If killing them, if revenge brought you any measure of satisfaction. If seeing them dead has settled the disquiet within you.
Didn't you want... Why do you wish to know?
Because it matters to me, in a way that never mattered to the Jedi, to the Council when they cast you out. You must understand, I did not wish the Jedi dead. Defeated, perhaps. I merely wished them to see that they and their teachings were wrong, that one could not truly understand the Force simply by adhering to the Jedi Code. All I have ever trained have been failures to them. Students who went to fight the Mandalorians, who fell to the dark side, who abandoned their training. To see one that had the strength to best them, that is a moment I will not forget. Yet it has not been as satisfying as I had hoped. To best one in battle is one thing. To defeat them without striking a blow, that was my hope. Regardless, it had to be done. To have such powerful Jedi still live, still be felt in the Force, even on such worlds as they had chosen, was a threat that had to be ended.
What do you mean?
Let us return to my question. If by killing these Jedi, if you achieved any measure of peace...
I don't want to say all this. You know, obviously it was a mistake. I was forced into this action. But I had to force it along. I didn't want it. I prefer the Kreia one where Kreia steps in and they tried to like break my bond. But because of this, I'm going to end up getting Force Crush instead of that one Force Power I was kind of saving up for. Maybe it's for the best. What do you wish to know?
It is important to me, and I wish an answer, not more questions from you.
So this piece is not possible. The Sith still hunt me.
It was as I thought. You have failed me. Completely and utterly. I have taught you to hear the Force again, shown you the contrast, and yet still you do not understand. This is what you have wrought. Countless murderers, slayers, assassins, born of war that has, as always, taught the wrong lesson. You showed them life without the Force, and instead of showing them truth, power, all you showed them was how the galaxy may die. You are responsible for all of this. Even now, events spiral towards destruction, and there is nothing that can be done because you refuse to listen, to understand. You have seen the effects you have on those close to you, heard the echoes scream across dead planets, and watched as your strength has grown. Yet it is for nothing. To have the Jedi Masters brought low by such a failure, there is no victory in that. You have not heard a thing I have taught, and for all I have said, you have never learned to listen. There. Do you feel that, Exile? It cuts through your defenses, as unprepared for such an attack as you are. Let that pain be a lesson, and a reminder of what you have forgotten.
You were my last hope. The only one who could change what is to come. And now you have left me nothing.
I shall teach you no longer. Our bond remains, but that is all. This place will hide you from the Sith for a time. Enough to do what must be done. Stay here and die, apprentice, among the wreckage of all that remains of the Jedi. It is a fitting grave until the Sith come to end you, to end everything. It is done. She is no more. Take me to Atris. She will have the strength to do what the Council cannot.
What are we gonna do? If we don't stop her, then everyone, everywhere, they're gonna lose their lives.
If I lose her, it will be my failing. It is the failing of the Jedi who followed Revan. It is a failing of their teaching.
Soon your ship will come, my master. I will bring her before you, but I will not let you have her. Soon your ship shall come from that which made you.
I know you can hear me. I have always known. It is why I followed you. I have destroyed planets for you, General, but now, this once, if we could save something in this galaxy. I need to do this, or I will die inside, like I died at Malachor 5.
You've gained a new light side force power, Force Enlightenment. How? I don't know. They ended up dying. So that was the biggest glitch. Since 19.2. If I remember correctly, ladies and gentlemen, they die no matter what happens because they try to cut you off from the Force. But the difference is I did it as opposed to Kreia. So I'm really glad that we didn't end up being like at a end of the road kind of a thing, but as you saw, it was glitched out. I wouldn't have done it that way. Either way you look at it, if I do the light side way, Kreia steps in because they realize that even though I was accepting of what I did and everything, and they were unwilling to accept what they did, so Kreia comes in and takes away their lives from them as well. In this one, I killed them. It made me look like an asshole, but I ended up getting light side points. I don't know how I managed that, guys. I really have no clue. So with that in mind, I'm just glad I was able to get something. I've never seen Kreia stab herself like that before. That was definitely cut content. Normally, I think she just, like, takes you out or something. I don't remember, but I got the dark side achievement. I don't know if you saw that. But I'm just glad we were able to actually progress the story. That was the biggest thing, guys. Like, for real. I was really concerned that I wasn't going to be able to get out of that properly. But looks like it turned out for the best. Just look at the map. Yeah, sorry guys. Again, that was a glitch. It happened. I'm like, oh my god, how am I supposed to fix this? And I didn't see any way around fixing it, so I started experimenting and that's what happened, and I found my way out. That was the only way I could do it without uninstalling a bunch of mods and seeing what could happen. I really didn't want to deal with that. I still technically got light side stuff out of it because of my light side connections. And I gained light side. It just gave me the dark side cutscene and the dark side achievement. So I think that had to do with the restore, or the, whoa, hold on. I think that had to do with the cut content mod. I think that's because that cutscene with all the guys, and you know, the one on the ship where, what's his name, Tobin goes to see Nihilus. That was all cut content. So we're gonna make our way back to the courtyard. We're just gonna make our way, well, we're just gonna go straight to the ship, obviously. What happened here?
She's gone. The handmaidens came for her. They know who she is now.
Where are they taking her?
They'll take her to Telos, and Atris will do what she'll do with anyone she thinks is a Sith.
Hey, but Kreia and I are linked if she dies.
Yeah, I know.
And we're going to Telos. We have no choice.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you haven't yet, be sure to like and follow my pages on social media, facebook.com/DanQ8000 for live streams and other content, Twitter, DanQ8000, Instagram, DanQ8000, and Snapchat, DanQ8000. If you want to get yourself a shirt or hoodie, link in the description. If you want to save 10% off your next DX Racer, link in the description. Be sure to use the promo code DanQ8000 at checkout. All right, guys, thank you so much again. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. I'll be seeing you soon for more content, but until then, let's hand things over to Noxel. Have a good one, guys.
Who's the man with the plan? If you feel trouble, wild and wild on these violent and hit you 8,000. Wait a minute, hold that style, it's dialed in. Goddamn Billy Jack, we still riding, tires flat. I hear them sirens, see shots flying, so we driving, fire back if they ain't vibing. Lie with that, got me dressed up in all black. What up? Hood up, and I see them haters try to run with us. They gon' need inhalers. Gotta breathe them hard just like Darth Vader. Players, grab your respirators. Night invaders get lightsabered. Mask on for the shooters, move like trash to bed intruder. Got that Glock and got them woofers. Just press play, I'll keep it moving. Who is Noxel, you damn fools? Keep it fresh like canned food. There ain't nothing we can't do, so tune into that DanQ. Yeah. It was never, ever a game.